Good evening. It's time for Buildings and Business. It is my free weekly webinar series covering all things buildings, which is real estate, and business, which is entrepreneurship. So tonight's topic is behind the scenes, the real deal with entrepreneurship. And I am so excited to have another presentation for you all tonight. This is a question that I get a lot from entrepreneurs, being an entrepreneur myself. They say, what does it take to be successful? How do I know if I have a viable business? Can I do this? And I said, what, let me put something together to answer those questions for you all to help guide you through the real behind the scenes of being an entrepreneur. As you all know, I am Alexis Hart McDowell. I am an attorney, a real estate attorney, a business attorney, a nonprofit professional here in Chicago. And I love helping people of color build wealth through real estate and entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's why I started this Buildings and Business series. It is a free webinar. You do have to register to attend. And just this series, just tonight and last week, I did live on Facebook. But after that, we'll be going back to our regular Zoom sessions. I just wanted to try something different, but I love the intimacy of the Zoom session. So hit me in the chat. Hit me in the chat if you are thinking about entrepreneurship. If you say, hey, I think I want to start a business, but I have a few questions. Okay. And while you all are putting that in the chat, I am going to go over a few housekeeping items like I usually do, because we do have new people. So number one, use the Q&A feature for your questions. Oh, thank you so much. Someone was here last week and they said it was great. I'm so glad to hear that. Use the Q&A feature for your questions, only because it's easier for me to find your questions. You're here, you're spending your time, I'm spending my time, and we want to make sure we're both getting something out of it, right? So ask your questions using the Q&A feature, so I'm not scrolling up and down in the chat trying to find them. I don't want you to walk away feeling like, oh, she ignored me, okay? Also, post on social media. If you're getting some great gems from this, then definitely post on social media. I'll put the hashtags, in the chat in just a second, but it's usually always hashtag buildings and business. So, and hashtag enterprise Esquire. Those are my two that I love, of course. So here you go. Pop those in the chat. So, take a screenshot, make a comment, let others know. I do this for free because I believe in educating people and increasing their knowledge base. Okay. So those are in the chat now. Next, I want to invite you to my next event. Go to enterpriseesquire.com/events. It is next Wednesday, the 28th. It is a masterclass. So the last 3 sessions have all been on entrepreneurship, business startup, all leading up to my masterclass at the end of the month, which is next week, Wednesday, April 28th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, this masterclass is a paid course, right? It's not a course I'll be teaching, but it is really going to dive deep into really determining, and giving you a glimpse into what it takes to start a successful business. You're basically going to get B school knowledge, you all. You're going to get B school knowledge without the price tag. Okay. And that's the honest to God truth. We're going to talk about marketing, deep into marketing, so that you can understand what it's going to take from you from the beginning of your business. This marketing, in these marketing streets, in these internet streets, you all, it is no joke. If you don't have a really outstanding understanding of marketing and how to utilize social media, you will just be throwing money away. And I'm not saying that to intimidate anybody. I'm saying that because it is a fact. Okay. So we're going to go deep into marketing. We're going to talk about your ideal clients. We're going to talk about communication with them. All of that is so important, you all. We're also going to talk about 3 keys to your startup success, right? You want to know how these people are so successful, how they're doing what it is that they're doing. I've got those keys for you. So you definitely don't want to miss this masterclass. If you're trying, I'm going to share my screen for a second. If you're trying to start a business, if someone you know is trying to start a business, then you definitely need to be at this course. Okay. You definitely need to be at this master class is what it is. It's not a course. You're not going to sit and watch, hours of something. No, you're attending a master class. I'm teaching. We're going to talk about putting an actual plan together to fast track your success. A lot of entrepreneurs waste a lot of money up front because they don't understand. They don't focus on the right things from the beginning. So if you're serious about starting a business, do not miss this masterclass. And as an added bonus, if you haven't formed your business yet, an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, what we talked about last week, then that $97 will also go towards the purchase of your business formation package. Okay. So it is absolutely a deal. You're not losing any money. It will go towards your package when you start your business. Okay. Your business entity. All right. So definitely share with someone. It doesn't matter their age, education, background, experience, anything. Okay. If they want to start a business, they need to be at this masterclass. Okay. Thank you all. Do not miss that. Okay. And then lastly, as you all know, I always have free resources. I just totally enjoy giving things out to help people build their businesses and build their wealth, start their legacy. So I'm going to put those in the chat as well. You can essentially go to enterpriseesquire.com/freebies. There is an outstanding freebie connected with tonight. It is my I want to start a business now what guide. It is a free guide. Okay. Absolutely free. And it walks you through, how do I start this business? What do I need to be thinking about? So this is the guide, as you can see. And those of you all who know me know I do not do fluff or filler. I hate it. I despise it. So it is chock full with great information in here for you all. And this is a free guide that I put together. So download it, pass it on to a friend, go to enterpriseesquire.com/freebies and get this information. Okay. All right. I think with that, we are going to get started. Remember, if you want to talk about forming your business, you can get a free 15-minute consultation. You can just go to my website at enterpriseesquire.com/calendar and schedule a date and time that works for you. It's just that simple. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm so excited about tonight. I am just pulling up my presentation here for you all. I feel like the software did a new layout, so sometimes it's a little bit confusing. All right, here we go. Let's jump into it. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So we're going to be talking about the real deal on entrepreneurship. And this is my Buildings in Business webinar series, as I stated. All right. Let's get started. I want to, these are some thoughts that startups or entrepreneurs or people who are interested in starting their own business, these are some thoughts that they have, right? Do I have a viable business? What do I focus on first? What does it really take to be successful? And it sounds like it would be straightforward, right? Because you're watching all these celebrities, you're watching these internet gurus, you're watching YouTube stars, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, it must just be that easy because everybody seems to be blowing up, right? And then lastly, can I even do this? I can't tell you how many times entrepreneurs ask me, can I do this? What does it take? How do I become successful? Because that's the goal, right? You want to start this business so that you can have income. It can be viable. It can be profitable. You can be successful at it. Not because you want to run it into the ground and be poor, right? And use up all your life savings. Nobody starts it for that reason. So let's go through some of these thoughts. I want to start with this quote, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs get started and then they stop, and they start and they stop and they start and they stop, right? But success is connected to action. Okay. Successful people keep moving. You all know that. They don't let anything stop them. They have lives, they have death, they have incidents that happen just like we do in our lives, right? They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Okay. So that is a quote that is so appropriate for beginning your entrepreneurial journey. Just don't quit, you all. You have to continue with forward action, forward progress. Now, the type of forward progress, what you're going to focus on is going to determine how effectively you are with your business startup and eventually your business success. So, do I have a viable business? That's the number one question when entrepreneurs want to talk to me about starting a business, right? I think I'm on my third business startup, all of which make money, right? But here are the succinct points to determine whether or not you have a viable business concept, business idea, right? Of course, you should consider doing a business plan, a business template, reach out, get resources. I know the Small Business Administration has a lot of resources, but if you're just starting out, you want to sell t-shirts, you want to make jewelry, you want to, get into making your homemade goods, right? Whatever it is, food, whatever you're selling, your kids, you got to identify some pain points. Okay. That is the truth. You have to determine what the pain points are of the audience that you're serving, of the clientele, of the customers that you're serving that are going to purchase your goods or your services or participate in your programming, because this is applicable to nonprofits as well to a great extent. Okay. Next, you need to understand their problem. What's their problem? What is their issue? The issue is, I don't have a car, or I don't want a car. I can't afford a car, but I still need to get around. Oh, okay. That's some pain points, right? I can't afford a car. It's too much maintenance. Maybe I lost my driver's license. I'm having difficulty, right? Understand that problem behind it. And then next, you need to provide a solution worth paying for, right? Out of that arises taxis. Out of that arises Uber. Out of that arises the bike share programs, right? Out of that arises so many different things that provide a solution to that lack of transportation problem with whatever pain point they were suffering with that, right? But you have to understand their pain point. You have to understand their problem, and then you need to find and provide a solution worth paying for. Okay. Don't forget to ask your questions in the Q&A. I am more than happy to answer them. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope that makes sense. Hit me in the chat just to let me know that makes sense to you. And the next question is, what do I focus on first? Right? Do I go out and find commercial real estate? Do I go out and buy product? Do I go out and buy inventory, right? Do I hire staff? What do I do first? What do I focus on first when I am starting my business, right? That is one of the biggest questions that, every entrepreneur wants to know, because it matters, you all. It matters where you're spending your time, right? So I want to tell you, the first thing that you need to focus on is listening. Yes. And I know that is not a common thing. They're not going to, everybody is not going to tell you that, right? They're not going to say, oh, go out and listen, but that's where you have to focus. And do you know why? Because you have to hear, you have to understand, and you need to acknowledge your customer base, your potential customer base, right? You need to hear so that you can hear their pain points, hear what they're complaining about. You want to hear that, what solutions they're looking for, right? If I have something wrong with my arm, I may want a sling and you're offering a cast, right? Both kind of help my arm heal, both kind of tend to that pain point of a sore arm, but it's how am I providing that solution, right? So you want to pay attention to that. You want to understand, and you want to acknowledge them. And I think a lot of people skip over this step, and it costs them dearly. Costs them in time, costs them in money, costs them in effectiveness, costs them in product development. Because if you're listening to the audience, then you're able to identify that pain point. You're able to identify and provide that right solution that they're looking for, right? Like I said, if my arm was hurt, you spent all this extra money on cast, getting the stuff for a cast, selling me a cast, telling me the value of a cast, when really I just wanted a sling. Okay. But if you were listening to your audience, you would be able to identify that and make that correct choice. Okay. So listening is where you want to start. And how do you listen? Surveys. Absolutely. Talk to people. Get surveys. You don't have to tell them their ideas, but what you're asking them about what issues they're having and how would they see a solution for that, right? Get that understanding. So this is a breakdown of kind of what you need to understand when you're getting started, okay? So number one, you need to understand the makeup of your ideal client. Yeah. Who are they? Who is your ideal client? What do they like? What do they dislike? Right? What else? What is their problem? Do they desire a resolution to that they will pay for? We all know some of us have problems and it's just like, I'm not even going to bother paying for a solution to that, right? So it has to be something that they're willing to pay for because they have to part with their money. And in some cases, they may be going into debt for that solution, right? Healthcare is part of a solution. And some people, we go into debt to get healthy and we go into debt to stay alive, right? So it has to be a resolution or a solution that they're willing to pay for. Okay. So where are they? That's also important because you need to know where they are so that you can go find them and talk to them, right? Where is your ideal client found? If you're doing something, with schools, is it teachers? Is it students? Is it parents? Where are they located? All right. What ages? What type of backgrounds are you looking for? What type of experiences? Maybe it's you have some type of service or product that requires a certain amount of experience or something. And, you're looking for that group of people. So that's important too. Where are they? You need to know that. And then how to market and sell to them, right? How do they like to be talked to? You don't like to be talked to any old kind of way, do you? I know I don't. And I don't like to be sold to any old kind of way. We laugh about this, but ask about a used car salesman. It's like the biggest joke, right? Because they feel like high pressure sales, bait and switch sales, all that kind of stuff. You all run from that, don't you? You avoid it, right? So you need to know how they like to be talked to. You want to know how do they like to receive information. We all like to receive information differently, right? Maybe children, if you're selling to children, like to receive differently than adult males, right? If you're selling to women, if you're selling jewelry or purses or handbags or clothing or something to women, how do we like to receive the information on that item, right? We want a lot of detail. Let me know. It's great that it's pretty, but I need to know the value behind that too, right? So every demographic likes to receive that information, likes to be talked to, and likes to be sold to differently. So you want to make sure that you understand that. So there's a lot of things that you need to understand before you get into entrepreneurship. And I know that these are not the top of the list when you Google these, starting a business and entrepreneurship, what you need, but I'm giving you the behind the scenes. I'm giving you the real deal on if you don't have these together, you're going to struggle. And your success is going to take a lot longer until you get these items together. Okay. So let me check the Q&A. The chat here. I know someone had a question. Oh yeah. When you get to a point where you're stuck, you give up. A lot of entrepreneurs do that. Right. And I do recommend business coach. I'm a business coach. I have women that I business coach, right? Mentors. Absolutely. I recommend mentors to people all the time, right? And we have to understand you need that certain type of relationship, that certain type of dialogue, right? So that you do feel comfortable. I completely get it. You don't feel comfortable all the time. You think that, oh, I'm gonna come across as stupid, or maybe I need to think this out more, develop this more, right? But that is where a business coach comes in, right? I help my clients that are that I business coach get over those mental hurdles. I have a coaching program. It's called Coaching, Not Courses. And we have mindset training every single month. I bring someone in to conduct the mindset training because it is so important. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. So thank you so much for opening up about that. Right? That a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with that. I've had business coaches. That's why I believe in it. I'm on my second or third business coach at this point, right? Because they do different things. I'm on my third business coach because they do different things at different times in your business. And I cannot talk to you enough about the value behind business coaching and what that is going to do for your business, for yourself personally, and for your mindset. Okay. So great statement. Keep talking to me in the chat. And so let's just get into this for just half a second, right? And a lot of entrepreneurs ask, man, can I even do this? I cannot tell you how big a part confidence plays in this, as we just heard from the person who put it in the chat, right? I start and I stop. I get stuck. I don't know where to go. I have trouble opening up to people. I need a mentor. I need guidance. I need a coach, right? A coach should be helping you through all of these different things because this is part of the entrepreneurial journey, okay? They ask, do I know enough? Do I have enough money to even start this? And am I good enough? I cannot tell you how many entrepreneurs, it's not even their goods, their products, their services, their programming that they're offering. That's the issue. It's their internal. It's their internal self, that internal voice, the voices in their mind that talk to us, the white angel and the red devil on their shoulders, right? That's what gets in their minds, that affects them and keeps them from having the forward progress and getting into the deep work for their business. It all stems back to confidence, right? It all goes back to their mindset. So I just want to encourage you all, if you've got these characteristics, I'm going to go through those in just a moment, and you have some other helpful infrastructure, I'm going to call it, meaning like, the bumper rails, when you go take your kids bowling or BC children bowling, they've got the bumper rails, right? So they don't go off in the ditch. You need some bumper rails. You need some help. You need some infrastructure to kind of keep you on the road and not falling off the bridge, right? So let's talk about that a little bit. And I want to tell you that mindset is the number one thing that is going to determine your success or not. And I want all of you all to repeat that after me. Mindset is going to determine my success. My mindset is going to determine my success. It is what separates the best, the very best of the best from the rest, is that mindset, that level of determination that nothing is going to stop me, that failure does not mean anything to me. Failure means I learned something, and now I'm going to incorporate that knowledge and that experience and get back at it, right? Look at these people. You all know, whether you like them as human beings or not is not even a question. Undeniably, it's not even argued that they are the best, right? There's other pictures I could have put up here as well, but they are absolutely the best. Do you believe that? And what is the one thing they all have in common, right? Tell me in the chat what it is they have in common. It's that mindset. It's that champion. It's that greatness. It's that no matter what comes at me, I'm not going to stop. They are the tractor trailer, right? They are the bus that's running through everything. Jordan had food poisoning, right? He still did an amazing job in the finals. Remember? Right. It's that champion mindset. They all, yes, speak. Yes, they all had coaches as well. That is also key. You're not going to find a champion. You're not going to find an amazing, successful person who is not going to say, I didn't have a coach, right? They're going to say, I had a coach, I had a mentor. Okay. I had somewhere to go. I know there are some people, like I know Tyler Perry, he says, like, I didn't have a mentor, but then he got to a point where he was able to get people like Oprah and other people to help him, right? Or to be there, not he didn't help at that point, but to be there to advise him, right? A circle, a knowledge base, some thought leaders to help you, right? So that mindset is absolutely everything. And you all know I'm telling the truth about that. So your mindset is going to determine your success or failure, your mindset. Okay. So let's talk about a few characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. And again, I know that you all are like, oh, this is not what I thought this was going to be, but this is the behind the scenes. This is the real deal. This is going to determine whether or not your business is going to be successful, because it's going to determine whether or not you have in you what it takes to be successful. Okay. So let's talk about that. First of all, I told you, mindset. It is the number one determining factor of your success, getting in that mindset. And in fact, it is so important. And I believe in it so much. I specifically have a coach just for mindset. Yep. I have a mindset coach. And I have my mindset coach. I have her come in once a month into my coaching group to speak to my coaching clients about their mindset. You have no idea the ideas and the self-doubt and the negative talk that even successful entrepreneurs have, let alone entrepreneurs who are just starting out. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how the similarities are still there, even though they're more successful, whatever, they still have certain things going on in their mind. So mindset work is constant work. I don't think you'll ever be done with mindset work as long as you have a mind, right? Next is consistency. Oh my goodness. I swear, I feel like consistency and discipline are four-letter words. Who likes consistency and discipline, right? We love making our children, oh, be consistent, show up, do this, right? We love making sure our children are in their routines and being disciplined and growing up to be disciplined human beings, right? But we hate it as adults, right? Consistency, showing up and delivering quality to create the standard for your business, right? It's not easy. You're going to have people cuss at you. You're going to have people yell at you. You're going to have people say bad things about you. But when you're showing up consistently, delivering quality that sets a standard, those will be far in between. There are one-offs. There are just crazy people out there. I'm not even going to lie. And there's times where you just have bad days and you just didn't deliver the best that you could have, right? Right? It happens. But when you're consistently doing it, more times than not, you will have a good result, and those clients will keep coming back and keep talking about you and being your brand ambassador at that point, because they keep getting quality and they keep getting a quick, consistent standard. There's a restaurant that my family loves to go to, and we said we've been going for years upon years upon years upon years, right? And we always say we've never had a bad meal. Never had a bad meal from that place, because they're consistent. And I'm sure you all can name some businesses that you patronize as well. And it's like, oh my God, I always go there because they're so consistent. They're so consistent. Okay. And then discipline. And discipline is twofold as well. It's discipline of your mind and discipline of yourself so that you can show up and be consistent. I've had some amazing things go on in my coaching program, and my clients are saying, hey, I didn't want to do this, but I had the discipline and I showed up because I wanted to continue to be consistent. So it's not about your emotion. It's not about, oh, do I feel like doing it today? No, I don't feel like it. Oh, I don't want to talk to anybody today. No, It's about that discipline, getting that fine tune, what I want to call Bruce Lee discipline up in here, right? Get that Michael Jordan, that Tom Brady, that Serena Williams discipline, right? That Kobe Bryant discipline. All of those people, they show up to the field before everyone. They're the leaders. They make the, some of them were making the most money. Jordan was, but you get what I'm saying. They were there before the whole team, right? So that discipline of your mind and yourself. And because discipline of the mind means, yeah, you do mindset work, but now you have to discipline your mind by saying, hey, I'm going to implement what I'm learning in my mindset work. I'm not going to fall back into that negative speak. I'm not going to fall back into self-doubt, continuing to fight the good fight forward with your mentality. Okay. And then here you all, I need you all to listen to this one, because I guarantee you no other business coach, no other website, if you Google entrepreneur, anything is going to say anything about evolution. And that is the one thing that I have absolutely learned being an entrepreneur, studying other entrepreneurs, other successful entrepreneurs, helping clients grow, coaching clients, is evolution. You have to embrace the evolving nature of your life, of your mind, and of your business, right? We have been around however long you've been around on this earth, and you've seen things evolve, right? Some of you all remember when there was no internet at all. Some of you all remember when there was dial-up. Some of you all remember when cable came about, right? So it's an evolution and embracing that. So it's knowing that I may start with this product and I may branch off. I may not even have this product ever again, right? I may listen to my clients and find a new solution to their problems, and I might move on to something else. And I feel like a lot of times some startup entrepreneurs, they just get so direct and so focused on this one thing, and I got to make this one thing successful, that they're beating into the ground, that they're missing the evolving nature of it. So when you're going in with the mindset of evolution, I'm going to evolve. My clients and my customers evolve. My products, my services, my programming is going to evolve. My business is going to evolve. When you go in it with that mindset, you are so less resistant to change, so less resistant to change. And you'll be able to jump in and find those pain points and provide those solutions and be a better listener to your customers, so that you can understand and get all of those points down that we talked about before, and continue to have your business thrive and live. Okay. So that evolution, if you all don't take anything else from tonight, take away the evolution, so that your mindset walking into entrepreneurship is one that evolves. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? Hit me in the chat on that one. Let me know what you think. And I love this quote. Everybody knows this quote from Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Right? Because your mind is determining whether or not you can do something, whether or not you're going to overcome, whether or not you're going to move forward, whether or not you're going to take the risk, whether or not you're going to invest in yourself. It's such a little quote, but we know it's just so powerful, right? It's so deep. All right. And so I talked about this, but I just want to touch on it again. As I'm coming to the end of my presentation, I want to answer your questions. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A. I will answer any questions that are in there. I'm here for you all. This is the opportunity to get free information from a business attorney, a real estate attorney, whatever it is. I will try to answer it. But I really want you all to consider attending my entrepreneurship masterclass. So we just touched high level, and you saw the difference of information that I provide, really giving you the insight into entrepreneurship. So we're going to dive much, much, much deeper, talking very tactical plans and strategies for your entrepreneurial success, right? To really start your business off right. So you're going to end up with an actual plan of things that you need to do. We're going to talk about the 3 keys to startup and ongoing success, because the two are different. I tell clients all the time, starting a business is one thing, running a business is something completely different. And then continuing to have a successful business, because you will hit plateaus. We've all hit plateaus in life, right? And you will hit plateaus in business. It's like, okay, what do I need to focus on? What is the mindset? What is the vision and perspective I need to have to get up off of this plateau, to move to my next? And a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck there and they just, for lack of a better word, drown right on that plateau. They just where they stand, or they get burnt out because they're just directing their energies in all the wrong places. A lot of entrepreneurs, they just run out of money because they put money everywhere else except the right places, right? So if you want to avoid that, if that's something that, you have no intention on doing and you want to start a business the right way, then attend this master class. Okay. You can sign up at enterpriseesquire.com/events. You can find that in the chat as well. enterpriseesquire.com/events, and just sign up. It is $97, but like it says, if you decide to start your business, get your business formed after that, I will apply that $97 to your business formation fee, right? So I do limited liability corporations, LLCs, series LLCs. I help people get S Corps, C Corps, whatever it is, 501c3s. I do a lot of 501c3s, those of you thinking about starting nonprofits. So visit my website. That's enterpriseesquire.com/packages. And you can see what those packages are, and your fee will apply to your business formation. Okay. So you're not losing here. You're going to get B school knowledge without the price tag. I mean, just the marketing concepts alone, you all are, I can't even put a price tag on the marketing concepts that are out here nowadays. Right. It is night and day. Okay. So visit my website, sign up for this class, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the masterclass. So here are the links. All right. And I'm going to check the chat. I'll leave this up for you all. You can get a free 15-minute consultation if you're like, hey, Alexis, I really want to start a business. I just don't know which entity to start. No problem. Schedule a free consult. We'll walk through. We do a risk analysis. If you check my video out from last week, we did business structure strategy, which is tax strategy and your success. Woo! Last week was fire, you all. So you can go to my YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and the Enterprise Esquire, and that video is up there, and that can help you as well. But book some time on my calendar. I can help walk you through selecting the right business structure for you. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see here. Do you help with writing the business plan? Excellent question. No, I do not help with writing the business plan, but we can certainly put you in the right direction if you are in need of a business plan, right? Not every business needs a full extensive business plan. There are ones that if you need a certain level of funding, right? If you have a lot of R&D behind it, if you've got major components with products or certain things like that, where you have high capital input, then yes, you absolutely need a business plan, because it'll help you towards acquiring your capital, right? Your financing, your funding, whatever it is that you're going to get, whoever it is you're going to get money from, right? What I have done, and when I did my profit planning class at the end of the year, I have a 1-sheet business template. Okay. Because it depends on the type of business that you want to start. All right. If you are starting, I have clients who have homemade jewelry businesses, right? They don't need a full extensive 28-page business plan for that. But the 1-page business plan template that I have is so extensive just on 1 page. It hits all of the important things that you need to know about so that you can start your business successfully. And that's not even a joke. So it depends on the type of business. what it is that you're going to do, your financing, funding, if that is, not every business needs that, right? The homemade jewelry business did not need that. You have a lot of people doing some other homemade things. They don't need a whole lot of capital infusion for that. Okay. So it depends on the type of business that you want to do. I know that the Small Business Administration, SBA.gov, has a very extensive business plan template. A lot of Secretary of States or commerce departments of various states have business plan templates as well. So I don't want you to get caught up in that if that's not the type of business, if the type of business you're going to start is not one that requires that. Okay. Don't let that hinder you. Okay. All right. So let me stop that share. Any other questions in the Q&A? Let me see. I think I'm right on time. Oh, yes, I'm right on time. You all know I do 1 hour. I'm not trying to keep anybody long. All right. Any questions, you all? Well, then give me some feedback. I know I've answered several questions as I went along tonight. So let me know, what did you think? What did you think about those characteristics of an entrepreneur? I know that they're not the standard ones that you all see all the time, but how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel when considering starting your business now? Let me know. Just hit me in the chat and let me know. Makes you feel good? Gives you some insight, some direction? Yes. Let you know, hey, I got to focus on some different things, right? I think a lot of people, the first thing they want to do is like, oh, let me get a logo, right? Oh, good. I'm glad it made you think about some things that you hadn't considered before. And that's the truth, because there's a lot of misinformation out here and a lot of different ways that people go at it. And then none of it's not necessarily the best route for you, right? I've got people who want to start business and then they spend all this money on a logo. I was like, well, why are you spending all this money on a logo? Have you even talked, listened? Have you listened and seen what they need first? Let's get some money coming in. And I am a big proponent. I tell the women that I coach, I say, look, I'm a big proponent of having money come in before we have money going out. You don't need a logo to sell anything. I hope you all know that. You don't need a logo. You need to listen first. And I'll tell you, let me just give you some highlights of the women in my coaching program. I have one client who had been hesitant to build her website, right? And she had been meeting with a designer for over a year, trying to figure out layout and brand color and scheme and all this and that. I want to let you know, in 4 weeks, four weeks of being the first 4 weeks of being in my coaching program, her entire website was up, done. Because I said, look, we're going to focus on the right things. And when you go in with that mindset of evolution, things will evolve. Do you think the website that someone has from 10 years ago is the same website that they need right now? Right? I think I'm on my second or third iteration of my website, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go to a fourth next year. Right? So you have to have that evolution mindset. I said, look, it's not a headstone. It's not permanent, right? Just get it up there, get the information out, and let's move along. The next month, so that was the first month. The next month, you all, she had already booked her first client following my coaching. First paid client within 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Yes. So when I'm telling you, these women are they're executing, it is real, they're having real results. And then I have done it as well. Okay. So those of you who are hesitant, those of you who are trying to figure out what direction to go in, attend the masterclass. Let's have a talk about it. I'm here to serve. Those of you who come back week after week, who have been to several of my buildings and business, know that I am here to serve. that I try to answer as many questions as I can, that I try to give you all facts. I do not do fluff or filler. Okay. Yeah, I understand. You want to make sure you're structuring it properly. And that can be solved and resolved in a phone call. Yeah. In a 15-minute, free 15-minute phone call. We can get that squared away for you. And you'll have the right direction, right? You can't Google everything. You have to, some things you're going to have to go to the professionals for, right? Exactly. Exactly. All right. I have another client who, following my coaching, has her website up, had her content done, and sold almost $1,000 worth of goods in one day. One day. Yes. Yes. And again, a lot of it was mindset. A lot of it was mindset. And I cannot stress that enough to you all, that your mindset is going to determine your success, not someone else's mindset. Your mindset is going to determine your success. So you have to know that you are worth it. You are worthy. You are worth it. You have value, right? And you need to know that for yourself. It makes a huge, huge difference to all. Huge difference. Okay. Everybody has had tremendous success in the coaching in the coaching program. I'm just so excited for these women and all that they have accomplished so far. Right? Yeah, so exciting. All right. So, all right. I don't see any more questions. And I will sit here and talk because I love talking about entrepreneurship and real estate. But I'm going to let you all go for tonight because I like to start and end on time. Thank you. That's right. Go ahead and sign up now. I introduced it last week and I already got a registrations, right? Registrations last week. So come on, join, get that registration and go tell a friend and have them come too. It's going to be the information is just going to be so valuable. If you like the free information I give out, I tell people all the time, if you like the free information I give out, you're going to love the paid stuff. Okay. Don't sleep on my paid information. So invite a friend. It's for anyone and everyone who needs it. You may have a teen in your life, right? A youth, a 20-year-old, whatever. Pay for them and send them. I understand college isn't for everyone. They may have different goals, different aspirations, and they just need some guidance on how to get there, right? There's a million, I always believe there's a million one roads to your particular destination. You cannot believe there's only one single road to get there. Okay. So bring a friend, tell someone, sign them up, and send them. All right. All right. Thank you all for everybody who signed up tonight. I'm so grateful. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. You're going to really, really enjoy yourselves. So let me know if you all have any other questions. Okay. And then get on my calendar so I can answer your questions. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a fabulous evening. I try to keep this to 1 hour and I have kept my promise tonight. All right, everyone, take care. Thank you and good night. Oh, and register for the next events. Okay, I'll be announcing my May events pretty shortly. If there's something that you all want to talk about or hear about in May related to buildings, which is real estate or business, entrepreneurship, let me know. Shoot me an email, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and I like to put webinars together around those topics. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.